Have you ever walked through a city where every stone has a secret, every breeze whispers a forgotten tale, and every shadow hides an empire? This isn't just a city, it's a living, breathing time machine. Welcome to Istanbul, where history isn't written in books, it's carved into the soul of the streets. Today, we're diving deep, beyond the minarets, beyond the bazaars, beyond the tourist snapshots, to uncover the hidden history of one of the world's most ancient and mysterious cities, Istanbul, a name that echoes with the power of empires, the clash of civilizations, and centuries of cultural transformation. But before it was Istanbul, before it was Constantinople, before it was Byzantium, this land was already a crossroads of destiny. Let's begin not in the city itself, but underground. Beneath Istanbul lies a shadow world, hundreds of ancient cisterns, secret tunnels, and buried chapels. The most famous of these, the Basilica Cistern, was built in the 6th century under Emperor Justinian. Imagine 336 columns standing silently in the dark, some stolen from older pagan temples repurposed by the Byzantine Empire. Among them, the mysterious heads of Medusa, lying sideways and upside down. No one knows exactly why, but that's just the beginning. Few know that Istanbul once had a secret Viking presence. In the 9th century, Varangian mercenaries, Scandinavian warriors, were recruited by Byzantine emperors. These Vikings carved runes into the marble walls of Hagia Sophia, their hidden graffiti still visible today. One inscription reads, "Halfdan was here," like a Norse ghost lingering in the heart of an Orthodox cathedral. And what about the lost palace of the emperors? The Great Palace of Constantinople was the beating heart of the Byzantine Empire, once grander than the Vatican. Today, it's mostly buried beneath the Sultanate district, hidden under hotels, shops, and unassuming homes. Archaeologists have found colorful mosaics depicting leopards, wrestlers, and mythical creatures. But so much more lies unexplored, quietly waiting in the dark. Let's go deeper into the politics and power plays that shaped this city. Did you know that Istanbul was almost conquered by the Arabs in the 8th century? They laid siege for years, but failed, thanks to a weapon known as Greek fire, a mysterious and deadly substance that could burn even on water. The formula is still unknown today, lost to time like a closely guarded alchemical spell. And then came 1204, a year many forget, but one that changed everything. The Fourth Crusade was supposed to reclaim Jerusalem. Instead, the Crusaders turned on fellow Christians and sacked Constantinople. They looted Hagia Sophia, stole relics, melted down golden altars. For over 50 years, a Latin king ruled the city. This betrayal weakened Byzantium so deeply it never truly recovered. But the story of Istanbul isn't just about emperors and wars. It's also about secrets of daily life, of forgotten neighborhoods, hidden traditions, and silent revolutions. Take the Galata Tower, for example. Everyone visits it for the view, but how many know the tale of Hezarfen Ahmed Çelebi? In the 17th century, he is said to have flown from the tower using artificial wings, gliding across the Bosphorus like a bird, a forgotten pioneer of flight long before the Wright brothers. Or consider the hammams, Turkish baths. Some are centuries old, built over ancient Roman bathhouses. Beneath their steamy walls lie whispers of espionage, political meetings, and romantic liaisons. These were places where revolutions began and secrets died. Even the city's graveyards tell stories most people miss. Many are tucked between apartment buildings, overgrown and half forgotten. In Ottoman times, gravestones were marked with the headgear of the deceased: a turban for scholars, a fez for gentlemen, a flower for a young girl who died too soon. Istanbul's silent cemeteries are an open book, written in stone. Now let's talk about Topkapi Palace, the glittering seat of the Ottoman sultans. But behind the golden grandeur lies a darker tale: the harem, often misunderstood. It wasn't just a place of pleasure, it was a political training ground. The women of the harem, especially the valide sultans or queen mothers, wielded immense power. Some even ruled the empire from behind the veil during the period called the Sultanate of Women. And what of the city's hidden Christian past? Many mosques in Istanbul today were once churches. The Kora Church, now the Kariye Mosque, holds some of the world's most stunning Byzantine mosaics hidden for centuries behind plaster. Scenes of Christ's life shimmer in gold, tucked away in a quiet neighborhood far from the tourist trail. And then, of course, there's Hagia Sophia, not just a church, not just a mosque, not just a museum. It's a symbol of everything Istanbul has ever been: holy ground for Orthodox Christians, Muslims, and secular Turks alike. A building that has witnessed more history than most nations. But perhaps the greatest hidden history is not in buildings or tunnels. It's in the people: the Armenians, the Greeks, the Jews, the Kurds, the Roma. Communities who once lived side by side in this city, whose music, language, and food shaped Istanbul's soul. Many were lost in wars, migrations, or policies of assimilation, but echoes remain in forgotten synagogues, Greek houses turned into ruins, or the smell of Armenian pastry shops clinging to old stone walls. Istanbul is a city of layers. Peel one back and you'll find another, richer, older, deeper. So next time you walk its streets, stop, look down, listen, because the city is speaking, not in the voice of today, but in the quiet tones of memory, in the footsteps of emperors, the wings of dreamers, the whispers of mosaics buried in dust. This is not just the story of Istanbul. This is the hidden history of civilization itself.